Hello and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the most MGP possible from the Gold Saucer every week on a Friday when judging begins for the Fashion Report minigame. This time the clue this time around for the theme is Outlaw Alliance. The individual item clues include they do nothing for our helm, obviously goggles, then the outlaw for our chest, hand in half glove, and robed in resistance for our feet. In this video we have a 100 score as well as an 80 with dies, and the easiest 80 we've compiled together. So without further ado, let's look at that 100. For the 100 score then, as you can see, I went for some steel goggles. These are pretty easy to obtain. You can go for quite a few different types of goggle. This includes the plundered goggles, steel goggles as we've used, the nobles goggles, and there's lots of other goggles in the game, including the replica and original Sky Pirates masks. Those should all also work as well. I just went for one that was lower level and more accessible, so I went for the steel goggles. For the chest piece, I went for the gazelle skin corselet of maiming. This particular chest piece, you can go for the striking or scouting variation, and there's also the twin silk robe of aiming and twin silk robe of casting that should work for gold as well for this slot. For our gloves then, I went for the cotton half gloves, and this is where I got these. If you want to get yourself some of the cotton gloves, then all you need to do is come to any low-level city-state armor vendor, such as Gwalter here in Uldar's Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Off of the Disciple of Hand and Land tab, levels 10 to 19, and if you go down here you'll find the cotton half gloves. These are especially useful because obviously they're available to all classes in the game level 15 and above, and only cost us 336 gil, so those are pretty good for this option. There are obviously other alternatives to this, and of course alternatives to that do certainly include different types of half glove, including hempen and velveteen and linen. Those will all work for gold rating, and nearly all of them are accessible to every class, so that's probably going to be our easiest option this week for the glove slot. And for the boots then, I went for the Bosjan boots of maiming to match my choice of chest piece. You can get any of the Bosjan boots from the Bosjan Southern Front here. We can get the Bosjan boots then from the Bosjan Southern Front. Right at the start you'll find a resistance supplier NPC, and this guy will give us access to the actual boots that we're looking for. We're going to go for maiming specifically to match the rest of what we've gone for that maiming, which costs Bosjan coins. You can get these coins from doing any of the critical engagements or any of the fates in the Bosjan zone. It's not particularly difficult to get the coins, so it'll take 14 of those. After a little bit of a session, I got, 147 of those, so it's not too difficult to get these items at all. And so, of course, we could have gone for any of the Bosjan boots for any of the other roles as well, but whatever you choose here is obviously going to be dictated by whatever role you plan to go for your chest piece around whatever that is. Apart from that, though, it's a fairly easy 100. It's not too difficult, but let's move on to the 80 with dies. Okay, for the dies then, to get an 80 score, what we've got is Rust Red on any weapon in the game that's dieable. We've got Rotano Blue on any helm and legs in the game that are dieable. We've gone for Gunmetal Black on any chest piece in the game that's dieable. And then for our hands and feet, on any dieable hands and feet gear, we've gone for Pearl White. If you follow that exactly and fill something in every slot, including your accessories, you'll get an 80 score with just your dies. Of course, there are some quite expensive dies on there or Sky Builder script requirements, so let's go on to the easy 80 possible. For the easiest 80 possible then, with the knowledge that we have learnt from the 100 and the 80 with dies, we can combine that knowledge together to make this. So make sure you have something in every slot. The first thing is to dye any helm in the game, any blue dye you can find. I went for sky blue dye on this particular helm. That's a vendor purchase dye for 40 gil you can access on a free trial. Additionally, with the legs as well, any blue dye, so we've gone for sky blue on that as well, so another 40 gil, any legs in the game that are dyeable. And then we've combined that, of course, with the cotton half gloves, which are level 15, accessible to all classes in the game, and are purchased very cheaply from a low-level city-state armor vendor, such as we showed in the 100, the Gwalter NPC. From the Disciple of Hand and Land tab, levels 1 to 19. And essentially, That dyed Snow White, so Snow White is the dye we've gone for any white dye you can get, combined with any feat in the game dyed Snow White or any white dye will get you an 80 score. It's as simple as that. It's not too difficult to put this together. It shouldn't take you more than a couple of minutes to transport yourself between all of the locations, get the dyes, and get that one piece of armor. And there we go. Just make sure you have something in every slot, otherwise you probably will miss the mark. And don't forget to actually dye your gloves, because otherwise you won't get the extra point from the dye that's needed to actually round this up to 80. But there we go. Nice and easy, simple. If you're interested in following the Reddit discussion where this is theorized each and every week, I'll link that in the top of the description. Go give it some love. But yeah, pretty much that's the MGP maximum for the week, with the minimum effort. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the videos to come. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.